Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another superb episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye Spinach. He's the tranquil dart of Ringside Society, Delaware's greatest American hero. And whenever he goes to Taco Bell, he asks for a cheap burrito because he loves the combination of chicken and beef. It takes two to make a thing go right. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. And in the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. Four continents down, two more to go. No cap. Straight facts. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about us. You see, we have a special guest tonight. You see, a couple of weeks ago, we asked one of our alumni guests, a man who goes by the name of Yuri Nagi, who he would want in his corner to face our other alumni guests, the Brothers Gray, and their stablemate, Sam. I forgot what his last name was. Mr. Well, we know him as Mr. Goodluck. Sam, my apologies. I don't want to say the wrong last name, but we'll remember it next time if you're watching. But we asked him who he would want to have in his corner to face those three men who are no joke, who are a threat as a stable. And he mentioned two names, one being Andy Denny, and the other one is our guest tonight. Everybody, welcome to the show, Luchador Supremo, El Magnifico. Arriba.
Hola,
Woo!
amigos. Thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Magnifico. We really and truly appreciate you, taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our show. We always enjoy talking, to wrestlers, fans alike. And, we got to say, when we heard that, because that's one of our questions that we normally ask, who would you want? We know everybody wants to get all the championships, but for the tag team championships, it takes two. I'm actually quoting Rob Bass's introduction here. It takes two, and we always ask who they'd want to have as their tag team partner to chase after that gold. And he mentioned your name first, and I was like, and he said you guys are supposed to be tag team partners. So we here at Ringside Society, we're not the kind of guys that are going to interview Timberland without Magoo. We're not going to interview George Michael without and not interview Andy Ridgey. Or for our Latino followers, we're not going to interview Sion E. Lennox or we seen and not Yandel. So we were like, okay, we got to make that happen. And then we saw that little clip of you three guys in action, you, Andy, and Uranagi. And I was like, yeah, we got to get these guys on. We got to make this happen. So here we are today. So I gotta ask you, you are phenomenal in the ring. I saw your
Gracias.
match. I saw your match against MSG, Moonshot Max, and you were hell terrific, very impressive. But I gotta ask, I always ask, pretty much 99% of our guests on that appear on our show, how did it all start for you? What was the match or the event that made you become a fan of professional wrestling?
Oh, it's a good question because con mi familia, wrestling has always been a part of my family's life. Like
Ooh,
even between mi abuelo and mi abuela, like they used to, from what mi madre told me, they used to sneak away, as teenagers to go see Bruno San Martino in Madison Square Garden. So
okay.
it's always been a part of my life. So for me though, for El Magnifico, the first thing that got him into it was this old VHS tape for In Your House. I can't remember which one, but I believe it was Bret Hart and Diesel in a cage match. But
Ooh,
the
okay.
but the thing that got El Magnifico like this is something else was in the end when the Undertaker appeared out of nowhere from underneath the ring and then grabbed Diesel, brought him down to him, and then Diesel was able to escape, and then you just had this image of the Undertaker just on top of the cage, signing that he wants the championship belt.
I
What
remember.
that's what hooked El Magnifico.
I remember that match. I think that was 1996. Right at the tail end of Diesel's WWE run. Well, his first WWE run. I remember that very well. I always hoped that he would have regained the championship, but it just wasn't meant to be. But yeah, that was I definitely remember that. Um, so with that match happening now, and that match getting you interested in watching wrestling, and now you're tuning in every week. Who were some of your favorites that you enjoyed watching growing up?
Ooh, so Undertaker, numero uno.
Okay,
Pero there's also AJ Styles, who El Magnifico loves dearly. He was the first wrestler El Magnifico saw like outside the WWE, which was interesting.
okay.
Uh, but of course, there's Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Jushin Thunder
Mhm.
Liger, Ultimo Dragon. Like those are like my Mount Rushmore of like luchadores and masked wrestlers. So they're muy importante to me and the style that I try to replicate.
I gotta say, man, that style is like the luchador style is like it's unlike any other. I don't care what and people say, "Oh, it's that flippy floppy stuff." I'm like, no, it's not that flippy floppy stuff. If you watch, and I'm not saying this because obviously you're of the Latino community, and you're a mass wrestler who pretty much has adapted to that style of wrestling. But I tell people you got to watch it closely. It's not the same. It's one thing to do a moonsault or to jump off a rope or a top rope, a second rope, and on somebody, and it's another thing to like just watch like authentic luchador style wrestling. Whether it's CMLL or AAA, there's just a difference. And that's why I tell people it's not the same. Trust me, do not mistake the two. But it's just amazing, just like watching that kind of style of wrestling, and then learning about new people. Like I that's how I learned about Daga, and that's how I learned about Australian Suicide, RIP Australian Suicide, and also people like the Murder. I don't know if you probably know about them, Rob. I don't know if you know about them, but there's the Murder Clown, Psycho Clown, and I forgot who the third clown is. Those guys are no joke either. Um, it's just amazing just sitting down and watching. It just gets you like hooked on it.
Sí.
So now that you're a fan, you're watching wrestling every week. You're tuning in, you're supporting, you're cheering your favorites, you're booing the bad guys. Um, what for Before I go any further, did you ever get to meet Undertaker or AJ Styles like in person, or just seen them on TV or at the live shows you went to?
No, just the TV and live shows. I always
Okay.
wanted to meet them in person, but it was so difficult, especially for Undertaker because he's the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's that's understandable. Um, yeah. So now that you're a fan, you're tuning in regularly. You're watching. You're going to the shows when you can. How did your journey go from El Magnifico, the fan of wrestling, to now El Magnifico Supremo Luchador?
See, so it started. Let's see. I believe El Magnifico was around 18 years old, where he decided, okay, I have to start training. I graduated high school. I now want to see if I could pursue pro wrestling, a lucha libre.
Mhm.
Pero the main problem was I wasn't like in shape. Like I was skinny, pero I didn't have muscle. I didn't have, you know, nothing to like protect myself or to fight in the ring with. So for years, I was trying to go to the gym, uh, gain more muscle, gain more stamina, improve my cardio, y todo más, y everything. Um, but at the same time, I was also going to college. So, it's muy importante, just in case. So as soon as I finished that, I believe I was 24, and I believed I was ready. I had graduated. I'd gained what I believe was enough muscle. It's never enough, by the way. And I went ahead and I pursued WrestlePro in Rahway, New Jersey. It's a
Okay.
fantastic school, and just everything about it. Just from day one, I just fell in love with it all over again.
Wow, WrestlePro. That's a name I definitely remember. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, so
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you were if you well, you probably do. I mean, you're. I assume you're in the New York, New Jersey area. Before WrestlePro, there was PWS. There was Pro Wrestling Syndicate.
See, see.
Um, yeah, I know. Let me guess. It's Pat Buck's the main trainer, and Kevin Matthews is one of the other trainers. I believe Brian Myers is another trainer there as well too. I remember going to Rahway, New Jersey, the Rahway Rec Center, and watching PWS. Going to the shows as much as I can and seeing Kevin Matthews and the guys do their things. Which in Kevin Matthews was really over there in PWS. And yeah, those were definitely. You just brought a flashback. Those were fun times, actually. Very fun times. Did you ever get to go to any of those shows, or did you just went to WrestlePro?
Not just to WrestlePro, because funny enough, when El Magnifico was looking for the schools when he was 18, it was PWS at the
Mm,
time.
yeah,
So, but as I kept focusing on school and school, and I'm like, let me see how what the school is up to now. And then it turned into WrestlePro. I'm like, oh, okay, this is different. This is new. So,
yeah. They that was 2015. I actually was in town for the holidays, and I remember when they made the announcement. I was like, "Well, okay, they're doing a change and they're doing big things now, and that's really cool. That's really awesome." So, you know, with the training and everything, I know it wasn't easy, but you made it out. You got the okay from your trainers, the handshake, the pat on the back, say, hey, congratulations. Now you can say you're a pro wrestler. You can actually go out and start taking bookings all over the country, if not all over the world. Um, what was the most profound thing that you've taken from that training? Um, and even up to now, like what's the most profound thing you've seen or heard, since you became a wrestler?
mm, that is a really, really good question. I would have to say a lot of the times it's hmm. You might have stumped out of Magnifico on this one.
My bad, my apologies.
No, no, you good. Y todo bueno. Pero I guess in a sense it's to never be satisfied, so to speak, To not to like be, of course, be happy with what you have, but always keep going for more. Always keep striving to be the best, to always back each other up. If one of your peers, your students or your classmates, they're doing great, it's like, that's amazing. I'm so proud for them. But now the competitive spirit must come up, and it's like, okay, I have to somehow top that. Let's see what we can do. So that's one of the things that I learned. It's that competitive spirit that's muy importante.
Awesome. That's great, and I can see you have that competitive spirit because when I saw your match against what one you're a guy. It doesn't matter who it is you go up against. You always bring 100%. I saw your match against the snippet against Crowbar, who is a WCW veteran. I like to say he's probably like a 30-year veteran now, and you were like, "Yeah, I know you're the veteran, but I'm gonna show you who El Magnifico is." And you hit that guy with a 619. I was like, "What? Wow!" And then you had a Moonshot Max who had the size advantage, and obviously he's the brother of LSG, and you know you pretty much went toe to toe with him, and in the end you got the win. Not with the 619, but you got him with the I think you call it the octopus or what that move you made the guy tap, and I was like, wow, that man is. They don't call him El Magnifico for nothing, man. So
Right.
um what was so with that win under your belt now, and I believe you and El Magnifico, y'all actually you I think you teamed up for a bit too. And you're becoming I noticed you're becoming a tag team specialist because you're doing things with Moonshot Max. You know, you got a great tag team with El Terrifico, and you got the 3-man tag. You got that great 3-man match that I saw with you, Andy Denny, and Uranagi. So, who are some people that you'd want to wrestle like in the future? Like you can call any name. You could It could be from WWE, AEW, because wrestling is unpredictable. You might get that call from Triple H and the guys. Hey, that El Magnifico guy. Let's have him on an episode of Raw. Or you might get the call from Tony Khan. And hey, let's get this guy on AEW Dynamite. Have him go against one of our top guys. Or you might be so impressive. They might call you over in Europe or Japan. I mean, who are El Magnifico's top five that he wants to face in the future?
Ooh, top five, top five. So one of El Magnifico's top five is actually happening this Friday, Viernes. El Magnifico versus Ichiban. That was something El Magnifico has wanted so bad for a while,
Okay,
and now it's happening in Yonkers, New York, for WrestlePro. So that very very excited for.
awesome, cool.
Hmm.
That's awesome. And you've been doing a lot of great things. So I noticed that you actually got a chat. I don't know if it's passed already, but you'll also be wrestling at Wrestle Open, which is another popular promotion here in the Northeast. So how do you feel about that right now? Like, are you like, do you have butterflies? Or are you like, no, I'm El Magnifico, man, I got this, or is it a mixture of both?
Uh, Mixture of both, I guess, because I'm super excited. I'm just like super super happy that I get the opportunity to begin with. But at the same time, it's like, I have the opportunity. Oh God, I have the opportunity. It's like, oh, it's just like my heart is beating out of my chest each and every time when I think about it. So there's excitement. There's just a tiny bit of fear, but the little bit of fear is good because that means you care. It means that you care. So to quote The Rock, you know, got a lot of this right now. Thinking about wrestling open.
Awesome. Well, you know what? I wish you nothing but the best in that. Hope you get the W. Hope you wow the crowd. And hope you wow them so much that they want you back on there for many more shows, because I know Wrestle Open it's a big thing. It's a huge thing. A lot of people have actually passed through there. A lot of popular people have passed through there. So I'm happy you get that. I'm happy you got that opportunity. I hope it leads to even greater things for you in the very near future. So I just got a few more questions before kind of Rob is chopping at the bit. So my second to last question is, when El Magnifico is getting ready to, face, his opponent, or doing some work in the gym, what are some songs on El Magnifico's playlist that he has to put him in that zone to face that opponent or to knock out that workout in the gym?
Ooh, this is a great question. But okay, I was just listening to this at the gym today. Uh, are you aware of the video game Killer Instinct?
Oh yes, 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 yeah.
Every song on the season 3 soundtrack, every song on the season 1 soundtrack,
Okay.
muy bueno. It just gets the blood pumping, gets the blood coursing through my veins, just like ready to go for the next one.
Wow, that's cool.
Yep.
Wow, I haven't played that game in ages. But I've heard great things about they recently did a remaster, and I heard nothing but great things about it. So yeah, back in my day, it was Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Killer Instinct was the third one that we played in school. Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat were like which one we rather play, and then Killer Instinct was like the the third string one that we played. But yeah, wow, you taking me back to high school days now. So my last question, man, you and Uranagi and El Tarifco, you guys wrestle under mask. So what advice would you give somebody that wants to get into wrestling, but they want to wrestle under a mask?
Mm. Two things. One, be aware of this. because your vision is very limited half of the time. It takes a while to get used to this part of the mask. So when it comes to wrestling without it, it's like, oh, okay, I could see everything. Pero with this on, sometimes it's like, okay, I have to be very careful. I have to know my surroundings, and it takes a while to get used to it. Pero the more and more you do it, the more you practice with mascara, you'll be fine. And the second, if you're wearing a mask, you have to show everyone your fire. You have to show everyone your passion. You have to show everyone.
Awesome. That's a great that is a great answer. For those of you that are listening that are looking to get into wrestling as a masked wrestler, as a masked luchador, you just got some advice from El Magnifico, Luchador Supremo. Remember that. Anything else, you probably got to hit up. You probably got to hit him up. Probably write a check because time is money. I'm sure this man's a busy man, but you got a little something from him, courtesy of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to Rob. Kind of Rob is chomping at the bit to ask some questions. Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet. Thanks. So what's going on, man? How you doing today? How's the day been for you? How's this Wednesday been?
Bueno, bueno. All good so far.
Oh, that's good. You know what I mean? Anything crazy happen, you know what I mean, for the day? Just normal Wednesday, run of the mill Wednesday.
Run of the mill Wednesday. Just, normal stuff. And by normal, I mean trying to pump iron as much as I can at the gym. So normal stuff, normal stuff.
Yeah, there you go. That's ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's cool. So I gotta say, yeah, wrestling all around, man. It's like with Uranagi. I got to meet him last month. He came down to 1CW with the Brothers Gray. When we interviewed him, I'm sitting here, I was doing research on him. I'm like, he has wrestled a lot of people I know and like all around, Delaware and 1CW, but he's never been here and all. And then finally he came down there. So I got to ask you, man, are you ever going to come down to 1CW sometime, man? Because I was doing research, man. He wrestled like LSG and all that stuff. He's always at 1CW, man. I know him, all that stuff, man. So, yeah, man, are you ever coming down this way, man? You trying to come south, a little bit?
I'm actually hoping to come back. I remember I was
have you been there?
Yeah, I was there roughly, I want to say 9 months ago. We opened the show one day. Yeah, I got to find the footage as soon as I can. I should upload it to my Instagram, which you can follow at El Magnifico Uno. So as soon as I find that footage, I will send it to you guys.
Yeah, because I was there. We probably ran into each other. Just I probably just was like, hey, how you doing? And then because I was doing hard cam, I think 9 months ago. I might have been doing hard cam because that's what. Yeah, I've been doing that because the young guys coming through training now. I usually ref for ring announce or whatever, but now we got young guys coming through the dojo. Trying to learn to wrestle and be in front of a crowd. Getting them to ref. Learn how to be in front of a crowd, all that good stuff. So I'm like. Plus, I'm 43 years old. I'm a middle-aged man. So, you can let the young guys do that stuff. I can hang back, eat some burgers, film, watch wrestling, get the best seat at the house.
Totally.
That's right. So I got you were talking about, Taker, man. He was your favorite wrestler and stuff, man. So, what's your favorite Taker match?
I mean,
do you have one? He had so many rivalries. I mean, Bret Hart, Mankind. Mankind was the one person I seen come in and go, tear up the Undertaker. Because before then, he was like, I feel no pain. Nobody beats me. And then Mankind come in. I was like, what? Cactus Jack is going to do this? Okay.
Yeah, I would say as a kid, as a niño, Undertaker Mankind, Boiler Room Brawl. That was the one as a kid that intrigued me the most. Pero as I got older, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels for WrestleMania is my favorite match of all time. Mainly because when I was a kid, me and mi hermano, he was a big Shawn Michaels fan. I was a big Undertaker fan.
Okay.
So we both were just colliding heads, no, Undertaker, no, Shawn Michaels, no, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. So that one just brings back fond memories.
Now, do you have a preference of their first match or second match, or I'll take them both? I'm good to go.
The first one.
Oh, the first one? Okay, all right. Yeah, see, honestly, I like them both, man. They're
Oh, see.
great. I remember watching them, just like, yeah, man. Because I like Shawn Michaels growing up, and it was crazy, seeing that. It's like, man, he's retiring now. All right. Because I remember when I was growing up, my best friend growing up, he lived like a couple houses down from me. He liked Shawn Michaels too. I like Bret Hart, but for some reason, hated Bret Hart. He acted like Bret Hart walked up to his mom and like spit in her face or something. Like he was like, this guy can't cut a promo. You know, what I mean, he does 5 moves and he does this. I'm like, yeah, Bret Hart is great, man. He carries everybody to a great match. I was like, man, look at this match with Diesel. You know what I mean? This match is awesome. Diesel wouldn't have a match like this with anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. I don't know what it was. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like it was just one of the things. Now, when I was a kid, I did get to see. I got to tell you an Undertaker story. When I was a kid, WWE, it was WWF at the time. They came down to my local high school where I went to and stuff. And but I wasn't in high school yet. I was like 6th grade or something. They came, do a house show or whatever. And it was I can't remember the year, but it was when Bob Backlund and Bret Hart were feuding because that was the main event. It was for the belt or whatever. And during that, on that card, it was, we had Undertaker versus Diesel in a casket match, right? So, man, all of us kids, we were all pumped to see that, Taker in a casket match. Well, Taker ends up winning and stuff. And during the thing, Diesel got his head busted open, so he was bleeding and stuff. And then we're like,
Ooh.
I remember all of us sitting there like, yeah, all right, after this match and stuff, let's go around, let's sneak out. We're going to go outside the parking lot. We're going to check it out. We want to see them, leaving and stuff. So we got out there, we're waiting. And Undertaker and Paul Bearer start walking out and stuff in their car. We're like, oh, man, we didn't go up to them, man. We couldn't, run, but we were like seeing them. They were arguing over who had the last of the vodka, right? It was like, I didn't drink that. You know what I mean? I left it here. And I was like, that's why Taker feels no pain. We got his secret. We know his secret now. You know what I mean? And then Diesel, I remember he drove by. He was in a Camaro. I don't know if it was his own or he rented it. And I remember he was sitting there. His knees were like, sitting up by his like chest. He had all the way back. And he's like 7 feet tall or whatever. Like, yeah, that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? So we were like, all right, he that vodka. All right. Helped him out, man. So I got, you were talking about, Yonkers and stuff, your next show and stuff. Do you have anything lined up after that? Are you booked up the rest of the end of this month, into the summer, stuff like that?
See, so yes, mañana, Wrestling Open. Friday, Viernes, Yonkers, New York. Sábado, PPW. I'm teaming with mi amigo Yoranagi.
Ooh, nice.
See. Also got ISPW the week after. And ISPW again the week after that.
Ooh.
So the whole month, built up. But there could be more. But we'll have to see whether or not, card subject to change. So,
yeah.
Honestly.
That's awesome, yeah. Yeah, ISPW, yeah, man. Yeah, doing your thing, man. Kicking butt, man. Yeah, hopefully you make it down here 1CW, man, again or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, so. And this time, man, I'll get a picture with you, man. I won't just be like, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Nice to meet you. Just like, hey, what's up?
See.
So, I'm doing, research and stuff, and I got to see you with the guy did the Mario voice, man. So, are you a big Mario fan? You a video game fan? All that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, see. Big video game nerd.
So what's okay? Since March 10th was 2 days ago, that was Mario Day. You know what I mean? So it's in honor to that. You know, I mean, what's like one of your favorite Mario games, or maybe even Luigi or whatever. Luigi's Mansion.
As a kid, I loved playing Super Mario 64.
Okay.
Pero even though as a kid, I feel like I didn't know how to play the game, but I just loved walking around playing as Mario, just jumping and like clearing some of the levels whenever I can. Pero I didn't understand like, oh yeah, get the 120 stars and you get to beat the game. So no, I just did my own thing in that game. So probably my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I grew up, Nintendo, I mean, I played the first Mario. That Mario 3, when it came out, that was like the best game ever, you know what I mean, for Nintendo and stuff. I remember everybody in school, the kid, we were all like, yo, man, can you, there's secret whistles and stuff, man, you can get this. Like, what? Teleport through a different level? Oh, man, it was great, you know what I mean? Yeah, I miss those days, Mario. I do have Super Mario Wonder I recently got for my Switch, and I'm working on that. I haven't, I'm still, I'm at the first castle, I had to kind of stop or whatever, but yeah, I'm at the first castle, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's pretty good so far.
Good. That's one I have to check out.
Yeah, I mean, I like Luigi's Mansion and Mario Kart. All that Super Smash Brothers. I like those games too.
Oh yeah.
Mario's cool. So, what games are you gaming right now? Are there any games you're playing right now?
Not at the moment. My schedule's been so busy I haven't been able to play video games, but
Hmm.
I did buy Monster Hunter Wilds.
Ooh, okay.
So that one I'm looking forward to. Me and mi amigos. We're gonna join a guild and together we're going to hunt the monsters and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Yeah, da, da,
Yeah,
da.
yeah. Monster Hunter. I played that game. I played it before. Yeah, I like that game. I played with my buddy Easy and stuff. Yeah, we would go out there just like, yeah, it was just ridiculous. Just trying to go after these huge monsters and stuff, fighting them and stuff. It's like, yes, this is awesome. So, what are you a PC gamer? Or are you, Xbox, PS5?
I do play on PC, but I do
Okay,
have a PS5.
okay,
So a majority of my library does come from the PC at the
okay,
moment, and that's where a lot of mi amigos are.
okay.
Pero whenever there's a game that I could play with con mi hermano, I'll try to get on the PS5, and then together we could play, on the couch. So
Yeah. See, I'm trying to get into the PC and stuff, playing games on there because I have Xbox and stuff and all, but I don't have the Series X or PS5. I haven't gotten this generation yet because I was like, it doesn't seem like this generation is getting started. So I want to move over to PC, just so when the next generations come up, I can just be like, let me just switch this graphic chip out or the sound card out. There you go. You know what I mean? I'm good to go. I don't have to spend all this money and stuff. But I mean, I got a laptop, play some games, but yeah, yeah. PC is the way to go. Plus, you don't have to pay what is it, like $100 a year or whatever, to play with your friends online. You can just get up, boot up, and be like, you want to kill some monsters on Monster Hunter? Let's go. Let's
that's
roll.
right.
Let's roll. Let's roll. Okay. Now, coming back to wrestling stuff, man. When you got done training, man, do you remember your very first match? And on your first match, is it available online or anything, or is it like buried in a vault somewhere? And were you nervous during the first match?
See. The first match, I can't remember my opponents. It was a tag team match, but it was against other students.
Okay,
So within the school. So, but it was my first time in front of a crowd. I didn't have a mask, so I cannot show. Pero this
okay,
was
I got
again
you.
like I was just learning, and this was just my heart was pumping out of my chest. And even though it was like something that I knew that I could do, it was still like nerve wracking to me. So especially when mi familia is like out there too, it's like they're I cannot disappoint them. So, but at the end of the day, it was fun. It was good, and yeah, I was happy.
Yeah, so you didn't get those nerves like coming out before the thing, like because I've
Oh
actually met
no,
some people, it's like their first match and they're like, oh, you got a trash can or something? Man, yeah, we got a lot of people out there, so you'll be all right, man. You're good. You know what I mean? They have no idea you're nervous or anything. You know what I mean? You're just fine, man. They have no idea. Just go out there, act like you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? They have no clue. Like, all right, let's go. It's like, all right.
yeah, no. I was like, okay, yeah, right before, just right before I went out the curtain, and then I popped through the curtain. I'm like, let's go.
That's right.
So,
Now I remember the first time I ring announced. It was the first TV taping for 1CW for DSN, and I'm staying there. We're getting ready to go out, and they're doing the countdown. It was like 10, not before I go out. So I'm like, all right. I remember Hardy walks up to me. He's like, all right, man, you ready? You got this? I was like, I got this. He's like, so did you get the script? Do you like what the script said? I'm like, I ain't getting no script. What script are you talking about? He's like, it was like three. He's like, all right, well, you gonna do good, man. Going out there one. I'm like, I went through the curve. I forgot everything I had to say. I was like, "Oh my god, what in the world?" He was over here messing with me, I mean, giving me a little rib, It was all good. I recovered. I kind of
that's good.
recovered.
That's good.
So, doing the wrestling thing up and down the East Coast, kicking butt, what I mean, taking names and all that, man. Where's the farthest you traveled? Have you gotten out west anywhere? Gotten down to Florida, maybe up towards Canada or anything?
Ooh, so I believe the farthest I traveled was Ohio, and
Ooh,
that was to
okay.
check out Wrestling Revolver.
Hmm.
So I didn't compete that night, but I did speak with the promoters, Sammy Callahan and such, and just to you show face, help out wherever I can, be security wherever. So yeah, that was the furthest I've traveled, and it was definitely an experience to say the least, because the you get to see the different style of lucha libre, pro wrestling, y todo más, like everything, just how hard they hit over there, just how infectious the crowd is over
Mm.
there compared to other places. So it's a it was a good experience to have.
Oh, that's pretty good, man. Yeah, I'm glad you got enjoy that, man. Getting out there to Ohio, man. Hopefully, we can get you, out there, maybe even farther west. You know what I mean? Out there in like San Diego, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
So, do you have it? Traveling all around these shows and stuff. Are there any fun? Do you have any funny stories? While traveling on the road. I know some stuff you can, you have to keep to yourself and all. But like, I'm talking about like maybe you've seen like a ghost or a chupacabra or Bigfoot or something crazy happen. You know what I mean? Or something wild happen. I'm always interested in that stuff, man. Because you hear all these stories, man. I just want to hear some stuff. If not, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I could think of one that is safe for work at the moment. So everything is local on the road. Y todo loco.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, man. Yeah, because sometimes you get on them. You're driving late at night or whatever. You might be like, "Is that Jersey Devil or something?" Like what in the world?
See.
Especially where I live, like in Delaware, man. I'm like surrounded by woods and all the roads, especially to have no street lights and all, and it's like so lonely and dark if you're just driving. If you're walking, it's like no, it's exactly like you see in a scary movie. You're like, no, I'm good.
Ooh, I now that you say that, the one does come up. And it was on that same trip to Ohio. So it's me and three other luchadores, the pro wrestlers in the car. And it's this big truck that we're in, and the drive is like 10 hours. So we're each trying to take turns. So the guy who owns the truck, he was driving and driving for so long, and then we tag out to someone else in the truck. And again, he's driving for so long. Then it's my turn. I go. I sit in the front seat. El Magnifico, kids you not. It was like this. I could not see ahead of me. I could not see through the dashboard. It was just nothing.
Oh wow.
And I said, "Do you have a book? Tienes un libro?" And they're just like, "Oh, not see." I'm like, "No." All right, so I'm driving again. So I owe them a drive in my car for that one.
That's right.
So
You ain't get your bag, it's trying to sit on your bag. Be like, I guess I'm gonna sit on my bag.
no, that wouldn't work either. It's just not like a solid bag. It's just one that's like a duffel bag. So.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's got stink, man. Yeah, it was probably one of them big trucks too, man. Woo. Mm. So I do have to ask, I'm always trying to find something new to watch and stuff because I'm like I'm old. I'll start watching comfort shows. I mean, same shows over and over again. So are there any new movies or TV shows you've seen lately? You've been into or something like that.
Ooh, so I'm currently watching Invincible on Amazon Prime.
Ooh, okay.
That is a really, really good show.
Mm-hmm.
New episode mañana. I think it's the last one of the season. So
Okay.
there are 3 seasons. And if you haven't seen it already, it's easy to catch up. Everything is all on there. So that's one that El Magnifico has been watching very closely.
Yeah, those superhero movies on Amazon, man, they're good. The Boys, Invincible and stuff, man. Invincible, that what was it, the first episode or whatever, that first season with that little twist thing with the father and son. I was just like, are you serious? Like, wow. Like, okay. I didn't even know there was a new season because I've been trying to get around to watching Jack Reacher, season 3. I've been wanting to watch that, but yeah, Invincible. Okay, yeah, I gotta check that out. What I mean, because I've been waiting on the Boys too. The new season. I gotta catch up on the latest season. I haven't watched it yet. I've been behind, but yeah. Now on the Boys, man, I don't know. Let me ask you this: remember when Endgame, Thanos and all that stuff, Infinity War stuff was coming out. There's a lot of theories and stuff. Did you ever hear the theory of man, Ant-Man is going to shrink himself to a microscope, go up in there? I heard that too, and I remember telling my friends, we were like, "Yo, that's so funny. If he really did that, that'd be like the greatest thing. That'd be like hilarious." Well, a year or two later, I'm watching The Boys with season 2 or 3, man. Something like that it happens. I'm just like, I had to get up. I had to give it a stand over. Like that was great. Somebody must have heard that somewhere or something. You know what I mean? Because I was like, that was hilarious.
It's like we gotta write that down. Hurry up, hurry up.
Yeah, like that's a funny rumor. I mean, let's try and work that in somewhere. That's awesome. But yeah, man. Before I pass it on back to Remy, I do want to say, thank you very much. Taking time out of your busy schedule, come chat with us, man. I wish you nothing but the best in everything you do. I hope you travel the country and all that, kicking butt, taking names, and when you go to bed tonight, I hope both sides of your pillow are cool. And then tomorrow on your way to work or whatever you do, gym or whatever, you find a nice $20 bill in the road, man.
Aw. Muchas gracias, amigo. Thank you.
Magnifico, thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to chat with us about your wrestling career and so on. We really and truly do appreciate it. And we wish you nothing but the best. Best believe when we see you in WB or AEW or TNA, we'll be like, "Yo, you made it, man! We just had him on the show the other day." We'll definitely be cheering you on, man. And you trust me, we've had people on this show that have actually gone on to sign with WWE. One, namely, Roxanne Perez, who is now kicking butt in WWE, and also, Ren Sinclair, who's in NXT. So it has happened before. As a matter of fact, it would be remiss if we did not mention this other guy, Jack Cartwheel or Jack Cartwright, Jake Cartwright. He got signed he's part of the WBID program, and it just goes to show you, man, you never know who's gonna be who. I mean,
we had Thunder Rosa. We had Thunder Rosa on. Well, we had the whole family. Yeah, we had her whole family on.
Yeah, we had the whole family on. Yeah, but yeah, it just goes to show you never know who's going to be who. He followed us one day. We're like, oh, wrestler followed us. Let's follow him back. Matter of fact, since he followed us, there's obviously an interest. I guess he likes what we're doing. Let's go ahead and have him on the show. Let's go ahead and hear and give him a chance to tell his story. And that was 2020. I like to think 2020. Now 2025. He's in WB pretty much. So congrats to him, man. We wish you all the best as well. Hope you see you and Uranagi and El Terrifico and Andy Denny, kicking butt all over the nation, because y'all do some great work, man. So before we shut this show down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to find out where your next experiences, purchase El Magnifico merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you, like CW, when they want to book you for their shows?
So you can find my merchandise at prowrestlingtees.com/El Magnifico. You could follow me on Instagram and message me there at the Magnifico Uno, and same thing for Twitter for Magnifico Uno. Or
Awesome.
I can't remember. So,
so for those of y'all that heard, he just gave out his social media links. He has Pro Wrestling Tee. He has merchandise on Pro Wrestling Tees. Definitely, head on over there. If you can't make the shows he's on, another way you can support is by purchasing the merchandise as well. And Rob, I'm telling you, man, hey, a couple weeks ago, Uranagi said he wanted to face the Syndicate, and he mentioned two names, Andy Denny and our guest right now, El Magnifico. I'm just saying, once CW could make that dream match happen, I'm just saying. I mean, it'll be a banger. But El Magnifico, thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule. And with that being said, it's time for us to shut this show down. My eyelids are getting heavy. My stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for a nap and dinner. Maybe not in that order, but before I partake in those activities, Rob Bates, the Mel Gibson to my Danny Glover, and the Timberland to my Magoo. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, find out when next appearances, purchase Rob Bates merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
All right, you can find me on Facebook, Rob Bates. You can find me on Instagram at Rob_Base82. You can catch me the next show, 1CW we're doing is March 29th at the Harrington Parks and Rec Center. Doors open at 5, bell times at 6, so you can catch us there. Then we got a show. It's April 26th and 27th. 1CW, we're going to be at the Harrington Fairgrounds doing the DSN Outdoor Expo. So, I think that's free of charge. It's going to be a TV taping also. So just come on out, check us out there. And then just released today, July 31st on a Thursday, 1CW is going to have a battle at Frawley Stadium at the Blue Rocks, where the Blue Rocks play, a minor league stadium. Yeah, all the details where the ringing is going to be. It's during the game, so I think we're going to have the matches before the game. You know what I mean? So stay tuned for more details. But yeah, definitely mark down July 31st. Frawley Stadium where the Blue Rocks play in Newark, Delaware. 1CW is going to be out there kicking butt.
Jeez, now I gotta now hearing about the baseball stadium. Now you got me making me want to go and get me a nice serving of caramel popcorn and a
Oh
soda.
man.
That might just be me being hungry. I don't know, but
Hey, it combines my two loves, man. Referees and ballpark food. So,
there, hey, there you go. Can't go wrong with that. But yeah, so y'all heard Rob. 1CW is doing great things. If you're in town when they're in town, or if you're in any surrounding areas, definitely check them out. They're a great promotion. I've been there before. You will not be disappointed. And come on, if you're around that baseball field or the baseball stadium when they're keeping a show, come on, man. If you're a baseball fan, a wrestling fan, come on. This is like you know pretty much all y'all. So, you got two great things going on. Definitely go out there for that show. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. And if you want to follow me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places. I'm trying to make it to Vegas for WrestleMania. So I'll have some videos there for y'all if I'm able to make it there. You can definitely find me on Twitter, Instagram, and at Twitter and Instagram at the Remy Blue. Facebook is Remy Blue as well. Also on Blue Sky at remyblue.bsky.social. And our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society. Twitch is Ringside Society 2019. We're on Blue Sky, Ringside Society.bsky.social. And we're also on Spotify. We're also on Facebook as a Facebook group. And we're also on Teespring, where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, and we recently released our Mardi Gras merch. We call it Big Easy Living. That's dedicated to our fellow wrestling fans and viewers out there in New Orleans. Love them beignets. And we got another design coming up soon. If you like St. Patrick's Day, stand by. We got something for y'all. But definitely check us out. All proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. And last but not least, we have a YouTube channel where you can see cool interviews like this one, like the one we have with Uranagi, our 15 minutes of fandom with London-based wrestling fan Annie, and of course our 2-episode season premiere with the Brothers Gray and Fire and Fury and Mission Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions Fire and Fury. You can see all those great episodes on YouTube. And to see them, it's very simple. It's not rocket science. It's not even pre-algebra. You can go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and when you see that really good-looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames around it, the other way, Rob, that way, yeah, I get confused. But once you see that
this
really
is where
cool
it's at on
looking,
mine. This is where it's at on mine.
oh, okay,
We
all
probably
right,
have it mirrored. Yeah, it's covering up Back to the Future. That's where
yeah,
mine's at.
uh,
So
um,
I could do that or that.
if it covered Back to the Future Part 3, I wouldn't mind because I didn't care for that one. But yeah, it's sorry about that covering Back to the Future. Yes,
Yeah, it is
but
actually. Yeah,
once you see that really cool looking logo, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But right now we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. Really truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to, and we're not gonna stop doing that. To those y'all that are listening later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at the Golden Corral, and Rob Bass at the Taco Festival, we're not going anywhere for a while,
they hate us because they ain't us.
and we ain't stopping.
Mm-mm.
I'm missing something though. Before something I meant to do, and El Magnifico, I'm very sorry it had to happen on your episode because this is all about you. But recently we had a loss. We always appreciate what the men and women do for us, whether they're a professional wrestler, a referee, a promoter. You know, we always show our appreciation. And unfortunately, we suffered a loss. The wrestling community, the wrestling fandom as well, suffered a loss in a talented young man by the name of Australian Suicide, a man who I found out about firsthand when I used to watch AAA and CMLL years ago. I'm talking about a decade ago, and I saw him teaming with Jack Evans and Angelico. This man was a phenomenal talent, one of Australia's best, and unfortunately, we lost him a few days ago. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his girlfriend Vanilla Vargas, and his family and friends as well, as they deal with this moment, this period of loss. And with that being said, what we're going to do, we're going to give him a 10 bell salute, and then we will close the show here on out. So here we go. Thank you, Australian Suicide, for all the matches and memories you gave us. So with that being said, um, once again, we just want to let everybody know it's no secret to us. We're very well aware of everybody and their grandparents and the parents of a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag, we are not the same. Hey, yo, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for Luchador Supremo El Magnifico.
Woo!
What type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Setting. We'll be back maybe later on this week, maybe next week, with another impressive guest on another impressive episode. But until then, we just have 4 favors for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.
Adios.
See ya.